Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I am getting back in the swing of things now. I've got my third cup of coffee, I've got cinnamon in it, so we're ready to rock and roll. This first thing that was sent to me this morning was from the Digital Asset Investor's official neighbor. He sent me this via text, and I need to get with him. I know he's got a Twitter handle, but I forgot what it is, so I need to get with him on that so I can start showing you the Digital Asset Investor's official neighbor. So if you're listening, Digital Asset Investor's official neighbor, let's get together on that today maybe. For those of you that don't know, I don't think I've ever mentioned it before, the Digital Asset Investor's neighbor is a major, and I do mean major, Mississippi State fan. And so my father-in-law played football at Mississippi State, and so I have had to deal with this whole Mississippi State thing for a long time now. And so it's kind of a part of my life, and I just happened to move into a house across the street from a guy who is a Mississippi State madman. And so this guy, oftentimes I will watch Mississippi State games. We've just come into college football season here. And so we'll be doing some Mississippi State watching soon. And of course, when they play Auburn, I will be pulling for Auburn, but my wife will get mad at me if I pull for Auburn too loudly, so I can't do that. Okay, this was from Jack the Rippler at Ripple XRP. And in every tweet I think that I've ever seen from Jack the Rippler, it's a ba-boom. So here's another one. U.S. trade rep Lighthizer, I guess is how you say that, on today's trade announcement. It has three parts: agriculture, industrial, tariffs, and digital trade. I wonder what that could mean. Digital trade. This will open up markets to over $7 billion of those products. And there's a video here if you want to go and watch it. Pretty interesting stuff. I love how Trump always looks like he's pissed off. every time you see Trump, it's like, and I've said this before, I think, I've known people like Trump, and there are literally courses that are taught, folks. I did a lot of I've done a lot of sales in my life, but there are literally courses that some people take where it teaches people about, confidence is the name of the game in sales. Well, it teaches people about, and there are some methods where people actually will look in the mirror every morning and talk to themselves, and they will say affirmations like you can sell anything to anybody, or you're great, and if you've ever noticed, Trump uses a language, you can tell that Trump has I don't know if he's taken these type of courses or read books or whatever, but you can tell that he's well read in the ways of what I would say confidence. And so he uses words that people call in that type of field, motivation and different things. They're called power words. You'll hear him say beautiful and, oh, it's marvelous. This is the best. Trump Towers is going to be the greatest hotel in the world. He always uses these power words. So, but it's always so funny because I know it's almost. He's just one of those guys that's a born salesman, and so you can see it. But it's funny to watch it because it's all thought out, That's what a lot of people in the professional world are trained to do. Jaquito McPhee, this is at Jaquito McPhee, sent me a couple of things, I think. The first one is this. Here we go. CEO, this is interesting. I had not heard this yet. Panda Ripple XRP had tweeted this out. CEO of Coinfield, which is that Canadian exchange I've talked about before, announced they have been working on a project on XRP Ledger, which will change the game. More details will be released by the end of September. And this is, I guess, one of the guys, I'm not sure, let's see if we can find his title here. Bob Ross, let me see what he does there. That's their CEO, okay. Our team is currently working on a great project on top of XRP Ledger. This will change the game. Our team has been working on this project over the past 6 months. More details will be disclosed sometimes by the end of September. Disclosed. That is interesting because that exchange is a big deal. That's like probably one of the big ones in Canada. I wanted to give a shout out here. This was sent to me from Chinu Patel as well. I wanted to give a shout out to I Am Legion. I appreciate. He had put together a video here where it featured a lot of the things that I've said in the past, and I'm telling you, I love it when people do this. But I've said this many times on this channel before, and that is, it is literally painful for me to listen to myself. I very, very rarely will go back and you can see right here. I started to listen to this and I rewound it, but I listened to about halfway through, and I personally have a hard time, because you are your biggest critic, I have a hard time listening to myself. And so I do appreciate people doing things like this, but it's kind of like when I hear something like this, I'm like, oh man, all these people are listening to me. And when I hear it, it's like, makes me cringe a little bit. But anyway, I do appreciate you're doing that. And he's at PAISAN268-49860. Give him a follow. Provides all kinds of great information in this community. At PhDJ does tweets. Sent me this one. And this is something that's just amazing. This guy, Johnny Lawrence, at _Johnny Lawrence. Is Johnny Lawrence, is that the same guy? Wasn't it Johnny Lawrence, the guy in the Karate Kid that was the bad guy, the blonde guy that was at odds with the Karate Kid? Seems like it was Johnny Lawrence. The guy, they said, sweep the leg, Johnny. I think that's Johnny Lawrence. So I don't know if that's this guy's real name or if he just has the same name. Maybe his parents were fans of Karate Kid. This one took a while. A visualization of XRP transfers. Now, folks, the kind of people that do this kind of work, this is how you get noticed, and this is how you end up getting jobs with companies like Ripple, is this kind of work. But good for this guy. Wow. I was going to try to screenshot this and see if I could put it on a thumbnail, but I don't even know if I can capture that or not. But we'll try. I hope he doesn't get offended by that. But go give this guy a follow. He earned it with that. That's for sure. I think I just quoted, that's a CKJ line. That's for sure. At NBKLYRAD sent me this one. This is Ripple responds to Bloomberg report analyzing the performance of XRP. Now, this is one of those things that keeps different versions of this stuff keep popping back up, folks. Oh, Ripple's dumping their XRP, and so let's start a petition and all this stuff. This right here, these things are done intentionally, folks. This is thought out planning. These types of things are, this is for the purpose of trying to hurt Ripple and XRP and all this. And so, but this is Ripple coming out and responding. Any of you who are paying attention, and you are paying attention to the bigger picture of what's going on, and the things like the Bank of England announcement this past week, these XRP sales, as Brad Combs was talking about, if you understand what's really going on and you have heard these things on like pre-allocation theory, yeah, it's just a theory. Yeah, it's a theory. But if you're hearing these things and you're worried about the day-to-day sales or what Ripple's doing or how they're doing it and all that, you're looking at the wrong end of the spectrum, folks. You're not taking a step back and really understanding what's going on. But we have to cover this kind of things. It says on Friday, Bloomberg released a report citing Ripple's ownership of more than half of the supply of XRP and its routine sale of digital assets as potential reasons for its sluggish performance. And then down here, and then it says there was a petition put out wanting signatures to urge Ripple to stop selling their XRP and all this. Ripple has issued a response to Bloomberg and disputes the notion that its sales of XRP are impacting the price. Ripple, for its part, disputed the increased programmatic sales of XRP as a percentage of volume and the actual supply inflation rate were lower than for Bitcoin or Ether. It said in a statement on Friday, sales had been tied to trading volumes reported by exchanges, and recognizing that some platforms were misreporting volume, Ripple has substantially reduced XRP sales, a trend that's expected to continue this quarter. The company said it also said discrepancies coin metrics found came down to a timeline issue. So, and then they show some of the different things going on in the Ripple Reddit and all that. But bottom line is, anybody who has been listening to my channel or a lot of other channels about Ripple and really understands what Ripple is doing and what XRP represents, you're not paying attention to stupid stuff like this. But they're still going to try. They're still going to try. Chini Patel 29 strikes again. This guy is always on fire. This was Mohamed ElErian, who is, where is he at now? Is he? He's the chief economic advisor. Seems like he was with Blackstone not too long ago. But anyway, smart guy. He says this morning on CNBC. Ironically, the more they do, he's talking about the central banks, the more they do, the more the markets are going to push them to do more. They are held hostage by the market on the dilemma of central banks are facing right now. Well, bottom line is they all know it. And he kept saying that. They all, what he didn't say that I can say is that what they all really know is that they're all backed into a corner now. And they're the stimulus and all of that garbage that they've been doing for the last 10 years, the clock is running out on what they have the ability to do now. And I have always believed since I've started this channel that all of this had to do with the financial crisis, and these people have been meeting for years now behind the scenes on how do we fix this problem that we've created. And I've always believed digital assets are right in the middle of that how. And I've always believed that XRP is in the middle of the how and what's going to be done to fix it. And I still believe it. I believe it more today than I did a year ago or 2 years ago. Michelle Vandenberg, at Michelle Vandenberg, sent me this. This is big, folks. It's not a coincidence that Switzerland, ground zero for money of the world, is doing this type of thing from Panda Ripple XRP. Huge. Switzerland regulator FINMA announcing banking licenses issued to 2 cryptocurrency-focused banks. Huge milestone for cryptocurrencies. So now you are beginning to see more and more banks are going to actually be doing digital asset custody, just like Brad Garlinghouse said last year. Then Sergeant Obi-Wan sent me this. Now I didn't even realize this, but Maxine Waters, apparently after they had the Facebook Libra hearing in Congress, then Maxine Waters, who heads up the finance committee, I think they took a whole she leads a bipartisan delegation to Europe and Middle East. They went over to Switzerland. Now, I'm not going to read you all this boring. First, I want to make sure you understand that this is the same lady who called Bitcoin Bitcom and said, we need to get to the bottom of all of this. So these people, sometimes I get the impression that the people that are the figureheads, the ones that are at the front, like in her case, she's the chairwoman of the finance committee. I always get the feeling that some people are figureheads, but the real people that are making the decisions behind the scenes, they let the figureheads take credit for this and that and let them get in front of the microphone, but they're not the ones that are really in the know. And when she said Bitcom, that became very clear to me. But this is the line that's important out of this. This is from Maxine Waters. While I appreciate the time that the Swiss government officials took to meet with us, my concerns remain with allowing a large tech company to create a privately controlled alternative global currency. I look forward to continuing our congressional delegation, examining these issues, money laundering, and other matters within the committee's jurisdiction. So in other words, she's going to continue to have meetings while the people that are really getting things done are behind the scenes making things happen. So have the meetings, have fun with that. Next, from Sergeant Obi-Wan, crypto exchange of exchanges, Short Hop, expands to 7 U.S. states. $25 in Bitcoin for signing up at Short Hop. I just wanted to show you this because I've never heard of Short Hop. This is the first time I've heard of it. I'm not endorsing this exchange, by the way. I'm just showing it to you. You can find it at shorthop.com. I've never heard of it, and so I wanted to show it to you. I don't know much about it, so go check it out for yourself and see if you can find out something about it. Then XRP at John SMI 131088865 sent me this. This was a video. Since we saw Mark Carney come out this last week, I wanted to make you aware of this video. It's from Bloomberg Markets and Finance. This is from March the 2nd, 2018, and he's talking about digital assets back then. It's a very interesting video to go watch. So go give it a watch if you have some time to do so. And then I wanted to give a shout out to XRP 1000 Bones. This is a guy that I communicate with occasionally, and he had sent me this, and so I wanted to make you aware of it. I'm doing this is not I, but XRP 1000 Bones is doing this. A BitTrue official T-shirt giveaway. Winner picked September 1st to participate. You have to follow BitTrue and 1000 Bones XRP. Retweet, tag 5 friends, comment. BitTrue's awesome, and he's doing a BitTrue T-shirt giveaway. So go check that out. I am the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe and hit the like button and tell your friends and family that the official neighbor of the Digital Asset Investors channel is a huge Mississippi State fan. But that doesn't mean that we don't want Auburn to beat them like a drum this year, because we do. Thank you for listening.